Let's start with curiosity. So, for me, curiosity has always been about asking questions that go beyond the
Mm.
obvious and letting those questions reshape projects entirely. So, Kem, in your own work, how has curiosity opened unexpected doors or shifted any project's direction?
Wow, wow. The first thing that popped into my mind was a project that, for me, although it happened 20 years ago, is the one that I have the most visceral memory of. And I was working for Siemens back in Princeton, Siemens Research in the US, and
Hmm.
they'd sent me down to Florida to the Amex Center, American Express Center. But it was the American Express Center office where they mailed out things to customers.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yeah, it gave the vibe of a mail room, and I was working on Siemens postal automation systems. And we talked about this, Ren, the last call where we talked about how significant it is to touch the things you're designing, feel the people for whom you're designing. I remember, sitting and watching machines break down, the postal automation machines. And the folks working there was a sign of, there was resentment. There was also, anxiety because every time that machine broke down, somebody had to leave the main postal floor, climb a flight of stairs, where the big shots sat, and say the machine is broken down. They'd come down, they'd do something with the machine, and it would start again. And this happened. I was there for a visit for 3 days. This happened a lot. And it struck me that everybody working on the floor seemed to be of the same ethnic background. Hey, about it. So I thought in my studies, I was, just asking what are the problems they were having with the system at the time. Come to find out that a lot of these folks working there had big degrees wherever they came from. And this was the job they could land. And there was some sort of a shame in them every time the machine broke down to have to do the walk of shame up the stairs, you know, to ask the big boss, can you come down and fix the machine? And you could see that. And it's really for us, my team and I, it really informed how we designed the interface, knowing that there were people for whom we could actually simplify it with maybe like a text system or something in the interfaces in which they were working. And so I think when, you have that level of curiosity around, how people do, why they do the things they do, it really does help inform that. But it was also not just that, but also going upstairs to those stakeholders and seeing they had sticky notes all over their screens. Like,
Mm,
what are all these sticky notes, right? I want to know, what are these?
mm.
And for them, they would shorthands because their bosses had actually closed the system off to them and they saw only what they needed to see. So there was also another round of them walking up another, flight of stairs for direction. So for me, that was, I think, one case where that virtue of just being curious about people, what they do, was really instrumental.
Teaching how to create an experience. I talk about like the people, the context, the
Mhm,
activity. So,
mhm.
people you're designing for, where are they and what are they doing? Public,
Yeah,
private space, is it, noisy, crowded? There's individuals or others around. And, so the people, the context and the activity. So what are they doing? And
yeah,
so what you've really revealed in the context in this case is that you became aware of what they're doing and how they're doing it, but also the context in which they are, their mindset
yeah.
or what got them there. So by, being curious about these people and who are they to find out
Mhm,
they're more academic or more qualified perhaps than, or
yeah.
shouldn't say perhaps, you said more qualified than
Overqualified.
what the
Yeah,
job needed. So they, going upstairs, yes, it was their job to get it fixed, but they likely, I mean, I wasn't there to interview them or observe them, but the feeling of, oh, I have to go up and present myself as someone that needs help, but this role I'm playing is, I'm feeling it's less than it's something I should be able to do, but I want to be recognized for my larger skill set. So
yes.
how can you create a system or a way of them, presenting themselves that would allow them to, feel good about, oh, this is my opportunity to actually go upstairs and ask for help, but I can provide some recommendations that showcase more of the larger skills that I have.
Yeah.